Okay, now we are in data reduction. Second strategy of data reduction, that is attribute subset selection. So here we are going to select the few attributes from a set of attributes. In this concept, we are going to choose, okay, few set of attributes among the multiple number of attributes. This is one kind of reduction of the table or data. How we are going to choose? Okay, how and why we are going to reduce the attributes? Because of two reasons. The first reason may be that particular attributes are irrelevant to that particular table. Okay, suppose here we have one example. Okay, this example this example is for finding a percentage of students. Okay, here we have some attributes. What are those attributes? SID, student ID, student name, total, average, percentage, siblings. Okay, so here we are going to find percentage of a student, isn't it? This is our goal. But here one more attribute is there, that is about siblings of that student. Okay, is this relevant to this particular table? Is this necessary to know the siblings of that particular student right now while calculating the percentage? No. Okay, it's not a important one. It's not a needed at this table. Okay, that's why this is the siblings field or siblings attribute is irrelevant to this particular table. Now we are going to remove this attribute. Okay, after that, here we have, after removing irrelevant attribute, then the remaining only we are going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 attributes. Now we are going to select. That is first one. Second attribute selection is redundant attributes. We are going to remove the redundant attributes also. What is the redundant attributes here? Okay, duplicate one. If we have something already in one column, the same column data is replicated in another column also, no need to maintain the 2 columns data, isn't it? So for that, here we are going to check SID. There is no SID. S name, okay, single column. Total is also having single column, but here we are having one is average attribute, one is percentage attribute. Okay, these two are the same. Average column and percentage column both would give the same kind of data, would have the same kind of data, isn't it? The percentage of a student or average of the particular student, both are same, na? So what is the need to maintain these 2 columns at a time? No need, better to remove one. Either you may remove either average column attribute, or otherwise you may remove a percentage column, whatever it may be. Okay, find the percentage of the student. Now better to go to remove the average. Why? Because this is the duplicate one, redundant one. Okay, in such a fashion, in such a manner, you are going to remove redundant attributes from your table. So finally, how many fields we have? Student name, student ID, name, total, percentage. Only out of 6 columns. Now you have only 4 columns. Okay, this is the selection of attributes. Selection of attributes from the table. Sometimes you may remove even S name also, no need of S name. Why? Because you have a student ID is the unique identity of each and individual student, isn't it? If you have the student ID number and total marks with that percentage, that these 3 are enough. No need of even student name also. Sometimes if you don't want that one also, you can remove that S name also. Okay, in such a fashion, you are going to, okay, select your attributes from the, okay, multiple number of attributes. So this if you will apply this kind of attribute selection, then it may be easier to understand. Instead of having 6 columns data, you may have 3 columns data, means it is easy to understand, na? And also it will save your memory space, and you have many other advantages also there. That is the concept of attributes subset selection. Clear? And coming to next slide. Okay, here you have techniques for heuristic methods of attribute subset selection. Here you have some techniques. These techniques are not maybe a perfect, but these are the hands-on techniques that may give that may not give 100% accurate results. Sometimes it would give, sometimes it would not. Okay, so that's why this techniques names of heuristic, which means these are just on hands-on techniques which we are following in real time, but those are not having the specific rules, specific conditions, but the results are the accurate 100% accurate results we may get. We are not giving assurance for the results of these methods, isn't it? So that's why, okay, we call these techniques are called the heuristic methods of attribute selection. The first one is stepwise forward selection. What is the first one? First one is stepwise forward selection. Now we are going to select the attribute stepwise by traveling towards, forward. And what is the second one? Backward elimination. Backward elimination of attributes. And what is the third one? Combination of forward selection and backward elimination. Last one is decision tree induction. By using all these methods, we are going to, okay, select the attributes of a table or removing the attributes from the table. Okay, we're going to reducing the attributes of a table by following any one of these methods, these techniques. Let us discuss the techniques one by one. What is the first one here? The first one is stepwise forward selection. In this stepwise forward selection, see the first point. The procedure starts with an empty set. In stepwise forward selection, okay, the procedure starts with an empty set of attributes as the reduced set. First of all, what we are going to do? So if we have a multiple number of attributes, okay, suppose attribute, what is attribute one? Previously we have student ID, student name, after that total marks, average marks, percentage marks, like that we have multiple number of objects, isn't it? So keep those attributes as it is, and now you are going to start your step forward selection. Okay, so with empty set, this is the empty set, step 1. Okay, steps 2. The best original attributes is determined and added to the reduced set. What we are going to, the best original attributes is determined and added to the set. In step 2, going to choose the best and original attributes whichever you needed for your table. What is the first and best attribute? Every student must need a roll number, isn't it? So for that, okay, you should go for adding the student ID, the first attribute. This is the mandatory for that particular table, isn't it? So that's why I have added first attribute into this empty set. Clear? And in the same fashion, at each subsequent iteration or step, the best of the remaining original attributes is added to the set. After this, step 3, go and add one more attribute, whichever you needed after the SID. After the SID, I may need the total marks. After the total marks, I may need to add some average or percentage field. That's it. Those 3 are enough to me. The remaining are no need for me, isn't it? In this fashion, you are going to select your attributes. This kind of selection is called stepwise forwarded selection. Is it clear? First, you should start your selection with empty set. First, choose empty set. In second step, better to add the most important attribute. After that, third step, take SID and total marks. If you want to calculate percentage, means you need some, okay, with SID. After that, total marks. This two is needed. After that, fourth step, SID, total marks. After that, percentage. These are the attributes I have chosen through this stepwise forwarded selection. Is it clear? This is the first one. Coming to the second one. Second one is stepwise backward elimination. Stepwise backward elimination. In this, the procedure starts with the full set of attributes. So here, the step one is the procedure starts with full set of attributes. Okay, for example, this is the full set of attributes. Okay, step 1. So what are the attributes we have in the table? Okay, SID, first attribute is SID, second attribute is SName. Okay, next attribute is after that name, total we have. After that, average we have. After that, percentage we have. After that, siblings. These are the total attributes in our table, isn't it? So this second stepwise backward elimination starts with full set of attributes. This is the full set of attributes. At each step, it removes the worst attributes. What it is going to do? It's going to perform at each step, it removes the worst attributes in the remaining set. What is the first worst attribute in this set? Obviously, it is a siblings. This is the first worst attribute. So by removing this one, and you can write the remaining 5 attributes in step 2. Okay, step 2, you are going to have only 5 number of attributes after removing the siblings, isn't it? Now, third step 3. In step 3, you are going to get, you may remove the percentage. First, you should remove this one, step 1S. After that, you are going to remove the average in step 3. And in step 4, if you want to delete name, you can delete. Otherwise, if you want to keep this one, you can keep it. Okay, like that, you are going to remove one attribute at each step. That attribute is a least preferred attribute to that particular table. Clear? These are the 2 methods. And here also we have one example, the same example here you have that. The same fashion. This is the initial attributes first for forward selection. Here you have 6 number of attributes are there. From that, first it is started with the empty set. After that, A1 is chosen. After that, A1 and A4 is chosen. Finally, A1, A4, A6 is chosen. Okay, this is the final selected outputs in forwarded selection. And in removed, which means backward removing, in second method, we are going to take the all attributes at a time. First of all, you are going to remove the attribute A2. In step 1, A2 is going to remove. In step 2, A3 is going to remove A3. Okay. After this, okay, after this, after A3, you are going to remove just A5. Okay, this is the final set you have for the second method. Okay, this is another example. After this, what is the third one? Third one is combination of forward selection and backward selection. What it is? It is the combination of forward selection and backward elimination. Backward elimination. Right. So here you are going to start forward selection and backward elimination methods can be combined in this third step. First of all, you are going for forward selection in one step. Second step, backward elimination. At the same time, okay, at each step, the procedure selects the best attribute and removes the worst attribute among the remaining attributes. At each and every step, first of all, you are going to select the best attribute among the 6 attributes, and at the same time, you are going to remove the worst attribute. 2 tasks will be done in single step. That is called a combination of forward selection and backward elimination method. Clear? And fourth one is decision tree induction. Right? What it is? It is a decision tree induction. Decision tree induction. What is decision tree induction? Why are we going for this? First of all, a decision tree is a flow chart like tree structure. What is decision tree here? Decision tree is a tree. Okay, tree, one kind of tree structure, or otherwise you may call it as flow chart. Okay, whereas in this tree, each internal node denotes a test on an attribute. Okay, each internal node is a test. Each branch represents an outcome of the test, and each leaf node holds the class label. For example, assume this is the one example for the decision tree. This is a one kind of tree. So why we call this tree as a decision tree means based on its outcomes, we are going to decide something. We are going to decide something. That's why this tree is called decision tree. What kind of decisions here we are going to take based on this tree means, first of all, see this the example. What it is? First, the attribute is, this is the internal node, one of the internal node or root node. What is this root node has one attribute? This attribute is salary is between 50,000 to 80,000. For suppose you got an offer in one company. So you are deciding whether I need to accept that particular offer or not based on your requirements or your interests, isn't it? If you got an if you will get an offer letter in one company, so now you are going to decide whether I should join into that company or not. You have some conditions, you have some interests. So here also the same thing. if the salary is in between 50,000 to 80,000, okay, it is mentioned in dollar, just okay, just sure. Okay, don't consider this dollar symbol, just it's assume that it's 50,000 to in between 80,000. Okay, what is your wish? If the salary is in between 50,000 to 80,000, then only I'm going to decide if yes, okay, travel this side. If no, the salary is not within that salary, which means it is less than 50,000, then you are just declined that offer. You are not going to take that offer. If the salary is less than the 50,000, automatically you are rejected that offer. That is the no. This kind of decision you have taken. This is one. If the salary is less than 50,000, I don't want the job directly, I can refuse that job. Okay. If yes, the salary is in between 50,000 to 80,000, what is the next step? What is the next step you are going to, okay, check? You are going to take some other decision. Whether this office is near to home or not. Where I'm living, my office is near to home or it is very far from my home. If it is near to home, then only I'm ready to take the offer with some other conditions. If it is not near to my home, it is in some Bangalore or it is in some Mumbai or Madras, something, automatically I'm going to refuse the same offer. I don't want to take that offer. Okay, this is the next decision. And decision 3, suppose if it is near to your home, I mean it is within the city only, that company is within the city only, what is your next condition? Your next condition means whether they are providing cab facility or not. Like, okay, how our college is providing colleges buses na, so like that, whether that particular company is providing cab facility or not. If yes, okay, you are going to accept the offer. If no, you are going to reject this offer. Okay, this is the decision tree. How this tree is constructed? Based on the, okay, based on the attributes whichever you have. I mean, based on the conditions or quotients whichever you have to join into that particular company, isn't it? So this is the decision tree. This is the decision tree. So these three are the internal nodes, or otherwise you may call it as attributes. The salary is between 50,000 and 80,000 is one attribute. Office near to home or not, second attribute. Provides care facility or not, this is the third attribute. These are the attributes. Based on these attributes only, we are going to perform some tests. Okay, test. Which kind of test is it? Test we have performed here. Yes or no kind of test. Okay, and these are the declined offer, declined offer, declined offer, and accepted offer. These are the leaf nodes. The leaf nodes is the class labels, final outputs of your decisions, isn't it? Okay, and at each node, the algorithm chooses the best attribute to partition the data into individual classes. Here you are going to choose the best attributes only to perform your test, not all the attributes, only best attributes only. Okay, suppose whether that particular company has a uniform or not, dress code or not. If that is having dress code or not, that is not a considering attribute, isn't it? If dress code is there, we'll wear. If dress code is not there, we are going in as usual casual dresses, isn't it? So if such kind of attributes also there, also we are not considering those attributes. What are the important attributes? That attributes only here we are considering and we are moving towards. Okay, and some attributes, some other attributes are also there. Okay, apart from the salary and apart from the uniform, whether they are providing the lunch or they are offering lunch or not in afternoons. Okay, if they'll offer you the lunch, then you can take the lunch at that place, otherwise you'll carry from your home. Okay, somebody maybe, I mean, take that one also, one of the I mean the best attribute to choose the job, isn't it? If he is a bachelor, some bachelor persons is there, They don't want to cook themselves. They don't want to stay in hostels. Okay, it's this such kind of some problems if there, then they'll go for such kind of what attributes also. In this particular decision tree, here we are going to take the attributes whichever important to this particular table. Based on that, here we are going to make the decisions. Okay, these are all the best attributes. Like that, by what, making that decision tree, also we can remove some attributes, unnecessary attributes from the table. Okay, these are the three, sorry, not three, these are the 4 methods for attribute selection. These are the 4 methods of attribute selections. Stepwise forward selection, backward elimination, combination of forward selection and backward elimination, and next one is decision tree induction. This is it.